Welcome everyone to my review of Huel. Before we do the review, I'll do a brief unboxing video just to kind of show you, if you're new to Huel, what you'd expect to see when you open the box and get your first package. So first things first, once we open the box, you'll see some packaging. I'll go ahead and just toss out some of the empty cardboard and paper packaging, but you'll really see a t-shirt. So with your first order of Huel, they give you a t-shirt. This one is a black one here, but they offer two different colors. Again, very popular and comfortable t-shirt. You'll also notice it comes with a blender bottle, which we'll talk a little bit more later. But here's the t-shirt, as you can see. Let me open it up for you, and you'll see I got a black one here. Here's the black t-shirt. They say Huel on it, which you'll see right there. Very comfortable t-shirt. Next, once we get rid of all this other junk, you'll see it comes with this shaker bottle or blender bottle. I'll talk more about that in the review part of this video, but for now, just put it off to the side. You'll definitely be using that quite a bit. A couple of like booklets and sort of thank yous. Again, helpful. They have a sort of a link that you can share and save some money. The booklet is helpful too. It talks a little bit about the regular edition of Huel and the black edition. Again, just a little bit of a comparison, maybe some best practices, things like that. Helpful for the first time person using it. 2 scoops, I definitely recommend you keep these, do not lose them. It's very easy to lose them. Just keep them, hold on to them. And then you'll see 2 bags of Huel. For me, 2 bags lasts about 2 months. It depends on how often you take it. And we'll talk more about that when we get into the review section coming up right now. Today I'll be reviewing Huel, Black Edition. So you're probably wondering, what is Huel? It's not a piece of fitness equipment. What's going on here? I'm a big believer in fitness starting and being highly correlated and tied to nutrition. So nutrition is sort of, in my book, part of fitness. So today we're going to talk a little bit about nutrition. So what is Huel and sort of why did I get it? So Huel is essentially a nutritionally complete powdered food. They come in different flavors. I got the natural vanilla flavoring. Here I also got the black edition. They make multiple editions. The black edition has a little bit more protein and fat, a little bit less carbs. So why did I get Huel? Well, there's a couple things. For me, I wanted something convenient. Something that I can get, take it for a quick meal if I needed to, maybe an evening snack if I needed to. I'm not taking Huel 3 times a day, 4 times a day. It's more of a supplement than it is for a complete meal for me for every single meal of the day. So I did some research. I looked online. There's lots of different alternatives. Why did I select Huel? For me, it's really about the macros. And what I mean by macros is really the macronutrients: fat, protein, carbohydrates. The macros in a serving of this Huel Black Edition is 18 grams of fat, 24 grams of carbohydrates, 7 of which are fiber, and 39 grams of protein. So that breakdown of 18, 24, and 39 really aligns well with sort of my goals for how many grams of macronutrients I need in a day. So I really sort of wanted to try it. I bought 2 of these. It comes in a sort of starter pack. You get a shaker bottle, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. You get 2 of these bags, and you get a free t-shirt. So tip on the t-shirt, though, I think if you're going to get one, size up. These are a little bit snug for what I would normally get, but they're great t-shirts. They have some spandex in them, so they're definitely kind of stretchy. They look really cool, very comfortable, but again, I would just size up just to be a little bit aware of that. On the Huel side, the flavor I got was vanilla. They have a couple different flavors. If you're looking for a hardcore vanilla flavor, you're not going to get that with this. The vanilla flavor is very subtle, which actually, to be honest with you, I quite appreciate. It doesn't have all this fake sugars in it, all this other junk. So you're going to get a very slight vanilla flavor. We're going to talk a little bit more about the taste and everything in a second. So 1, I like the convenience. 2, I like the macros. And 3, I actually like the taste. So the taste is really good. It has a sort of oatmeal-y taste with a little bit of a touch of vanilla. The other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about was the shaker bottle that it comes with. So the first time you get it, you get a shaker bottle. Shaker bottle is 3 parts here. I really like it for a couple reasons. One, I tend to put the ice at the bottom, and this prevents the ice from getting into my mouth when I'm drinking it, so it's kind of nice. And then this goes on top. A couple things I think I would change about the shaker bottle, in case you're listening, Huel. Make it a little bit bigger. This stuff is pretty thick. When you shake it, it still can come out a little bit thick, especially if you're using the full 90-gram serving. So definitely a little bit bigger, gives you an opportunity to add more almond milk, more water, things like that. And the other thing I would consider changing maybe is making these a little bit bigger. In case there's some chunks or whatever, you can still kind of get them through. But I like the idea of this quite a bit. And the top, again, it's a pretty straightforward top. You can see that here. A couple times when I shake it, sometimes some of the Huel mixture gets in here, and then I drink it and it kind of drips all over my face. But overall, it's a great shaker. I can't complain too much. Very pleased with the shaker, very pleased with the t-shirt, so I can't complain. But let's talk a little bit about the Huel. So I take it about once a day. Sometimes I do 2 servings, each one about 45 grams or half a serving here. I find it very affordable, believe it or not. It seems expensive when you think, why am I spending $80 for 2 bags of this? But the reality is it ends up being, I think, less than $2 a serving. And I find because of this, I'm not eating out as much. I'm not ordering, drive-through or going, ordering delivery. I'm, eating a little bit more affordably, believe it or not. So I'm confident, 100% confident in saying that I save money buying Huel. So that's a nice thing to sort of think about. When I mix it, you can go online and there's different types of people, all sorts of tips and tricks, refrigerate it overnight, put in almond milk. What I find works best for me, sorry about that, is a little bit of crushed ice at the bottom, and then my 90 grams, and then I try to fill it up as much as I can with water. Typically it's about 14 ounces, and then I give it some really good shakes for about 15 to 20 seconds to really sort of shake it up. The taste and consistency is actually not bad at all. I was expecting some, with it being vegan, I was a little bit worried about that kind of stuff. But overall, it tastes really good. I've actually been quite pleased by it. I've tried using almond milks. I've tried, mixing it with fruit. I've tried using a blender. For me, I'm all about convenience. I just go straight up water. I think almond milk's a great idea. I think people who refrigerate it overnight, a great idea. You really, really want to take this stuff cold. You don't want it sort of room temperature, at least for me. The colder, the better. And I find that I have no problem drinking, a full 90-gram serving. The other thing I want you to think about when you get this and start using it is I've invested in I think it's a $10 scale from Amazon. Measures out the grams pretty consistently. Again, I'm tracking my macros, so I need to know how many grams exactly am I consuming. So sometimes, 2 scoops might be 85 grams, sometimes it's 95 grams. So I tend to measure it pretty exactly. Overall, from a recommendation perspective, I bought 2 bags. I used it for about 2 months. Again, maybe 1 serving a day. It says 17 servings per container. So that gives you some sense of how long it takes to sort of consume this. For me, it was about a month. Sometimes I do a half serving, sometimes I do full servings a day. It really helps for like late night snacks when it's 8 or 9 o'clock. Instead of grabbing a bag of potato chips or some piece of junk, I'm grabbing a Huel shake. And I love the fact that it is vegan. I've had no problems with digestion, no problems at all. Very pleased. I purchased another 2 very recently, so I definitely would recommend it. I think just a couple improvements to the shaker, a little bit bigger t-shirt sizes, but overall, definitely highly recommend the Huel Black. I haven't tried the regular edition, but the Huel Black I've tried and I'm really, really pleased with it. Just to give you a sense of some of the ingredients, the first ingredient is the pea protein, ground flaxseed, brown rice protein, tapioca flour, sunflower oil, and then it has quite a bit of vitamins and minerals and different types of things in there. So it really does try to hit that meal replacement level. It's not a protein powder by any stretch. Although it has 39 grams of protein, it doesn't have that sweetened flavor, that sort of artificial taste. It really does have this sort of oatmeal with a light vanilla flavor. So definitely recommend it. I'm going to continue using it. I have lost some weight using it. I think a lot of that is just from not eating out as much or not getting Chipotle. And so definitely recommend, definitely would want to continue using it. And I'll give you guys an update maybe in the next 2 or 3 months, maybe after 6-month mark, to sort of see how's it still going. So with that, definitely, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Really important to get more updates from Fitness Cookies reviews. And thank you for your time.